How's it going, everyone? This is Malius with the Baka Bros, and today I'm just going to be doing a fun tutorial. I guess fun if you're into this kind of thing. I think it's fun. Tutorial on video editing, and show you basically what I do. I don't edit all the videos, but I edit a lot of them, specifically the ones that have more than one person playing at a time. Anyway, so I guess I'll get started. I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro CC. So I'm going to... I may not do this necessarily as a tutorial, but more as a fun, this is my process when I'm editing. New project. And this one is going to be for our Halloween special, which will be up before this, so there won't be any spoilers if you're watching this first, unless you didn't watch that first. So go watch that first if you don't want to see any spoilers or whatever. Let's see, what was the game? That was Left 4 Dead 2. And I know 4 has the number 4. Left 4 Dead 2, Part 1. I'm going to go with time codes this time. Usually I like to go with frames, but I'm going to go with time codes because this one has to be split in half. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, going to import the audio from that. Yeah. These two videos. Yep. And I know they're really noisy. I fix all that later. Uh-oh. Not good. Not good. This one's an hour and 12 minutes. This is probably the right one. I wish I knew what this was. That is broken. But I don't know how to tell. I'm going to rename it and see if that does anything. Probably not, but sometimes that does interesting things. Oh, that's why it's broken. It's the one I'm currently recording. Error. It's this. I use Open Broadcaster. We both use Open Broadcaster when recording. Malius uses AMD's record button thing that I don't know. I don't have that on my computer. So yes, we use OBS with monitor capture and all that. So this is the file that I'm currently going to edit. This is the one that I'm making right now. This is the one that I'm going to edit. That's what I meant to say. So you go here. Oh, you were already there. Oops. Alright, I already put it in. Oh, come on. Double delete. Alright, to start off, I'm going to use my main, which is the main recording, the game recording. This is going to be what makes the timeline, and it will import all of these settings. You can see when it pops up. I was going to point at the screen and be like, see this thing that I'm pointing at in my screen? Okay, so it's 1600 by 900, which is between 720p and 1080p. But it works out pretty good when we export two different screens to 1080p that are under 1080p, because it looks just as good. And it's 30 frames per second, so I'm going to go ahead and drag this to my timeline to start a new timeline. And hope there's not too many embarrassing things before we actually get started with the game, or I'll have to edit those out. This one came first. This is my face footage. Oh, bless you. How's the video coming from today, says Asmar. I just got home filming and editing at the same damn time. Okay, so I have my face footage, and this is from Audacity. We use Audacity to record our audio, so I can get this garbage out. Didn't I just silence my phone? Probably wasn't 60 hertz. It wasn't new. We're talking about building his new computer so he can have a good gaming rig. Because I build computers, he designs games, he's software, I'm hardware. It's a good combination, but he doesn't know anything about hardware, hardly, and I don't know anything about software at all, programming. I can make websites, but that's about it. Probably wasn't new enough to play at 60 hertz. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just giving you some behind-the-scenes fun, I guess. Oh crap, did this stop recording? I think it stopped recording. I have my face footage, and this is from Audacity. We use Audacity to record our audio. Audio. Yeah, so apparently when I clicked on Audacity just now, it actually turned it off. But you can see what I'm looking at here, all these little spots. I'll be quiet for a second. All that I'm not going to click on to pause my sound recording is noise from the fan I have going in the background, my wall AC, window AC unit. Anyway, so in Audacity I can actually take all that stuff out and post-processing, and so that's what I have done here. And I'll let you listen to this real quick. Yeah, yes. You hear all that static. So what I do, add in my Audacity, and synchronize my audio with my face footage audio, the crap audio. And now we wait for a minute. Still waiting. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to let it roll. Because this is, somebody might be interested in this. Right now I'm working on an 8-core Intel i7 processor, but it's from 2011, so it's like 2.2 gigahertz that turbos to like 3 gigahertz, I think. So it's awesome, but it's not the best. And plus, right now I'm using a GTX 560M and an Asus ROG G74SX laptop. This is what me and him record everything on right now. We have the same laptops. So right now I'm planning his rig upgrade and my own rig upgrade when I eventually get money. This should be done by now. Come on. Oh, I forgot it's a very long file. We recorded like an hour and a half, something like that. There it goes. See, now everything is lined up properly, and I'll play them together. Yes. And now I will unlink my face footage and face footage audio so that I can delete the face footage audio now that Audacity is synced up with my face movements. All right. Make sure you have all three things going. Cool. Well, 2 things for you. It's not perfect, but it's way better. So at that point, I go over to Effects and Vocal Enhancer. Drop that on there and hope that helps a bit. Say something.
I can't get back in the game. What the heck?
I guess we could do the intro now if you want while it's loading.
Sure.
So it's a little bit better, but it'll sound even better when the game's going and I get his audio. Right now, we have issues filming. We have issues hearing each other through Skype while playing a game and recording without recording each other's audio. Because right now, his voice is in my game footage.
Start the intro.
Because I have to be able to hear him through Skype. So the only way that we figured out to work around that is by me wearing, or us both really wearing 2 sets of headphones, having earbuds and then having these on top so that I can hear him on the phone while I'm also hearing the game. And right now we don't really know how to split the audio besides doing that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up. I don't really know where his face is going to be recording because he only does 1 layer, unfortunately, right now. Not all the time, but most of the time he can only do 1 layer or else it skips frames like you saw in Dark Souls. And I was like, dude, please just redo that one, and it's fine. He wanted to go ahead and put it up and be like, oh, it's fine, it's fixed later. And so I'll just let him roll with it. He's basically the boss, just because I'm too lazy to do that. I'm like, just let me play video games and edit. You can call all the shots. And so he edits most of his own solo videos, and I edit most everything else. Okay. So my next job, I'm gonna go ahead and link these together so that I don't unsynchronize them. I'm going to link. And because I have 2 face footage, because I stopped the camera at one point, there it is. I'm going to do the same thing, but with my other layer, my other camera. I know it looks a little bit different, but I'm doing the same thing. So I'm going to synchronize these 2. Because Audacity is perfectly just going straight through. I didn't stop Audacity. For this new camera layer, I do have to synchronize because I stopped the recording. So we wait on this for a little while. Make sure Audacity is still recording. And it is, and OBS is still recording. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, we're both still on Asus G7 IV SX computers from like 2011 or 2012, something like that. I think it's been a long time, so I don't really remember too well. They still play really well. It's on GTX 560M processors, GPUs, like I said before, which sounds horrible because like the 980 Ti's just came out and everything, and like the 390Xs came out recently, and the Fury X and Fury Nano and all those guys. So having something from the 500 series of GTX is like, whoa, that's old school. Which it is, but at the same time, I can play Grand Theft Auto on medium settings with mild anti-aliasing and MSAA at like 2 or whatever. It still works, and in the benchmarks, I can do Grand Theft Auto medium with all that. And did it do anything? I guess I'll find out here in a second. And at medium settings, and still have 30 frames per second, which is awesome. I can't crank it up to high or ultra. I don't remember if it has ultra or not, but I can't crank it up higher because it only has 2 gigabytes of RAM on that graphics card. So yeah, the memory buffer isn't big enough there to. It's not even 4 gigs. It's just 2 gigs. So where was I? So these got synchronized. So I'm going to make sure that they work. Ooh, that's a little loud. All right, you still there? They are synced. Okay. So unlink these. Delete this layer. Move this down. Link these. So now all of my video is linked with my audio. And now I'm going to go ahead and link them all. I could have just hit group, I guess. So now if I move these, in theory, it should move all 4 pieces, which is cool because I'm about to have to change the location of these, but hopefully by only a few frames. So what I need to do, what I'm actually going to do is probably shrink my face so I can see what's going on here. I'm going to ungroup them for now because it's trying to do weird things. Okay, now I can mess with this. I want to go ahead and combine the 2 of these though so they have the same manipulations to them. Group. Hopefully that will work. No? Okay. Ungroup. I'll just have to copy over in a second. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, I'm just going to move myself out of the way a little bit, making a funny face, so I can see reactions that are happening. And I'm going to try to sync up my reaction and his voice to what's going on. And I can always change the size of this later. I need to be able to see myself a little bit. Oh, gun store, nice. Okay, so this is a little bit of a delayed reaction that I'm having here because I'm obviously already in the gun store.
Alright, what's the most expensive thing
I'm going to make this smaller so that it won't lag so much.
on the menu?
He's free?
It's like everything.
I got a laser sight. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to group these back together now just to make sure they all move together when I do move them. Okay. So this is the actual gameplay footage that I'm moving now. I'm going to move it a couple of seconds. Go back here.
Stop, guys. I have to heal.
Oh, gun store, nice.
Reloading.
Oh,
So we're getting closer. I got a laser sight. A little bit more. Oh, gun store, nice.
Stop, guys.
That might be too
I
far.
have to heal.
I got a laser sight. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of hit and miss. I've got to just match things up.
Alright, what's the most expensive thing on the menu?
He's
What
free?
I have?
It's like everything.
Yeah, they're sniper rifles. And
Is that a
regular
sniper
rifles
rifle?
too. See, he just asked if there were some sniper rifles, and I answered him before he asked. So, I need to move this back a bit. What I have?
Is that a sniper rifle?
Yeah, they're sniper rifles.
Semi-auto? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Regular
right
rifles
there.
too. I'll make sure that my prior reactions are lined up now. Oh,
I have
gun
to
store,
heal.
nice.
Reloading.
Oh, yeah.
I got a laser sight.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Oh, come on, it's being all laggy. Oh, it's probably because I'm recording this. I'm recording with OBS while using that drive. I'm probably going to have frame skip issues on this recording, but I hope not. Okay.
Stop, guys.
Oh,
I have
gun
to
store,
heal.
nice.
Reloading.
Oh, yeah.
I got a laser
Oh,
sight.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I need to move that back just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Laser sights
I
here.
got a laser sight.
I'm a reload.
Alright, cool.
If I had a better processor, a better graphics card, and a faster drives, then I'd be able to do this a lot smoother.
Stop, guys. I have to heal.
Oh, gun store, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Laser sights
I
here.
got a laser sight. Awesome.
Alright, what's the most expensive thing on the menu?
He's free?
It's like everything.
Some guns here. Nervous. Cool.
Is that a sniper rifle?
What I have?
First aid.
Semi-auto?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
They're
that's
sniper
here.
rifles
Got some chest.
and regular rifles too. This is looking about right. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning a bit. Yeah. Yes. Start recording. All right. Make sure you have all 3 things going. Well,
see the screen now. Well, hopefully it doesn't like.
Procrastination hub. That is so loud. Sorry if that's loud, guys. I gotta fix that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this down. So, I'm going to apply this volume minus 10 decibels. So hopefully I won't peak the mic like that, or peak this audio again. I'll try to remember to turn it down when I'm actually editing this video. I'll try to turn it down so I don't hurt anybody who's wearing headphones like I am.
Come back! Come back! Oh, he ain't coming back.
Alright, hey everybody, this is the Baka Bros. I'm Malius.
Let's follow them to the
I'm Alice Moore.
Yep, and we're playing Left 4 Dead 2. Let's grab some weapons. Grab what you can. E.
I've never played before.
This is our first intro.
I
haven't played in over a year, so I don't know what's wrong with the sky.
First aid kit here.
How do I
Like,
move?
its lights just are weird. So yeah, he had technical issues to begin. So I've got to get to the point where he no longer has technical issues.
Allowed to
And then
go
we
on.
redo our intro. That's why you don't see it from the very beginning, because I have to cut that part out.
Huh?
Sorry, I was looking at a texture that I had added, because you can add textures. Obviously, these are not the stock characters that that I have everybody looking like. Okay, so I need to find where he was able to play again, and I don't remember where that was. Oh, look at that sky glitch. I don't know how to fix that. This time. I haven't played Left 4 Dead 2 in over a year. Oh, that sounds like our intro.
Behind you.
Yeah. Oh, you're not idle anymore? You can actually move around the game?
Get it out.
Remember to save often, too.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, you want to restart at the introduction?
Yeah, we can redo the intro.
Alright, I can start.
Alright. Hey everybody, this is Malius with the Baka Bros. Alright, so right around there.
On now.
I don't know how fast see I if you just can move. rewound.
Reloading.
Pistols seem to have unlimited ammo.
Uh,
Oh, I think I lost it. Crap. I should have been zoomed in more.
Here.
Wait, say something again? Started this level, but we had some technical issues. Okay, I think I've got it.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm the one who's sorry. We're doing... click disable. It should re-enable it. Re-record. Alright, that's fine. I can do that. Just,
Alright, I'm on now.
see if you can move.
I can move now. I'm doing myself.
You can... You can? Anymore, you can actually move around the game?
Get it out. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, you want
Okay,
to
here it
restart
comes.
at the
Yeah, we can
introduction?
redo the intro.
Alright, I can start.
Alright.
Do it.
And there we go. So I'm going to go back a few frames. In fact, I can see where the audio started in Audacity. Like this. And this is something I did here. And this is where my intro starts. Okay. This is a deep breath in. So I'm going to go right after that. And my mouth is hanging open, so... yeah, I think I'll keep it about there. So everything before that can just go away. If you guys see what I just did, I picked a spot where I wanted to start the intro, and then I hit this, which selects everything behind it. And once I do that, you can click this, and it will delete it. I don't know where it goes or what it does with it, but it's out of what's going to be rendered. So this is frame by frame or second by second in this case, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and let it go now. This is where we do the intro. So I'm going to go ahead and drop these guys in. This is what the album cover for the music that we use looks like. So I'm going to shrink this back down because I don't need it anymore. And put this guy in here. And so I don't blast all of us, I know to change the level of this to about minus 20 decibels, because it starts out pretty good and loud. Hey everybody, this is Malius with the Baka Bros, and we're playing Left 4 Dead 2. Sounds about right.
I'm Lord Asmore.
Sometimes we forget to intro each other.
Sorry, we're doing a Halloween thing this time.
There's no script.
I haven't played Left 4 Dead 2 in over a year, and Asmar has not played Left 4 Dead ever. Sorry we're a little bit into this. We just started this level, but we had some technical issues with our controllers. Don't shoot teammates. I'm sorry. Don't walk in front of my guns. Jeez. Uh-oh, we stayed in one place too long. Get ready.
Get ready.
E, but you can only hold a certain amount of things at a time.
Reloading.
Pistols seem to have unlimited ammo. Wait, say something again? Why are you echoing? Do you have voice on?
Oh, yeah, when you hold down C.
I don't really need to watch this, but I just want to make sure that it sounds good throughout the entire song. Like, this isn't overpowering. I'm going to go ahead and knock it down to 25 and try it again.
We're doing a Halloween thing this time.
So I don't want to drown out my intro.
I haven't played Left 4 Dead 2 in over a year.
That sounds good. Let us know if that having an intro song is annoying or not, because we don't really know. It's just a way to add to our intro since we intro anyway. So the end of episode 1 is somewhere around here, so I'll figure that out in a little bit. But I don't have his footage yet, and I'm not going to get it just yet. He has bad internet right now, so it takes a while for me to get his footage. But what I can do is go ahead and edit my own. What was I doing? Okay. I'm going to use this on my face footage, just dropping effects on stuff right now. Now what I do for... I have to ungroup this to edit it. I hate that. Okay. So I'm going to mess with this later when I get his footage, mostly for the most part. But I can go ahead and crop myself a little bit. This is CI feathered. I don't remember where I got it, but it's a way that I can put a border, a colorful border around our stuff. So I'm going to crop the left side about 10%. Get rid of some of this. Let's go with 15%. Get more of that microphone out. No, I have horns on this time. I might need that space. I'll have to resize this anyway to match up whatever size his video is, so that it doesn't look too tacky, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, I guess. Oops, this is that side, so I'm going to go ahead and do... let's go with 15. Okay. So I just cropped out my face cam. This is the original size, and now this is the actual size, or the size that I'm going to be using, and that'll be somewhere over here probably, and maybe a little bit smaller, I don't know yet, and his will be over here. So I want to go ahead and put a border on that. Hopefully the frame rate issues are done if I had any, because it doesn't tell me. I was just having plenty of stuttering inside of here, because this is a very processor-heavy program, as most of you would know. Okay, so I made a border that isn't transparent, it has color, and now I'm going to limit the border to, say, about 5. And now I'm going to change the border color. I don't have a specific color that I choose right now, but it's somewhere between, like, purple and pink. So somewhere in here that I like that's a little bit bright. This is like a purple, this is like a pink. So somewhere in between purple and pink is what I usually go for. Alright, so that gave me a border, but it looks a little bit thin at this size, so I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little bit more border. I'm going to go ahead and make it 7, and I'll tweak all this later on when I have his footage to work with too, because I like to put these like an exact pixel amount away, so like 10 pixels away from the bottom and 10 pixels away from the side, something like that. So I have to see his footage too, but because he had to record on one layer, he had to put his face in the middle in OBS. he had to put his face like right here because he didn't record separately. I record with a handy cam for my face, and so I can do this, but his will be stuck right here, so I'll have to match mine to his when I get it. So just this time anyway, so hopefully we'll get that fixed in the future, but so we don't have frame rate issues on his end. We're gonna go with that for now. So what I want to do with my video now, I already threw crop on there, so I'm going to crop left 25% and crop right 25%, and then move it over till it's about right. Yeah. And then after that I can correct it with like this. It's hard to tell sometimes when it's this small. Okay. But that cuts off other people's health and whatnot, but this is the only way that we can really make it full screen or split screen for now, unless we make it ultra wide, but I know most viewers won't be watching in ultra wide. In fact, I think I'm going to make this one different. I'm going to make this different, because his is going to be... No, his face is going to be in the middle like this, so I have to leave it alone. His is going to be right here instead of in the corner, so I'm going to have to put mine in the middle of my screen too. So this is what we're going to do for this one. I'm going to leave this here. And what I was thinking about doing is making it ultra wide and changing the width of this from 1080p to 1080p 1900 by 1080 to about whatever ultra wide is for 1080p, like 2000 something, 2300 something. But in the future, like with Happy Wheels and stuff, I probably will do that. That way I'm not cropping 25% off of both sides of both of our games, because you lose a lot of information that's in the bottom corners and the top corners here. You don't get to see that. You only get to see the action on both of our screens. So that's about all I can do right now with my layer. I can maybe line it up a little bit better or something and change its size a little bit. I'm going to try to line it up with the crosshair. I don't know. I don't really know of a perfect way to do this. And I don't know if his is perfectly centered either, so I'm going to have to just mirror his as best as I can when I get it. So I'm going to go and see where I can put that outro. Oh, also, if I move this over here, it will hopefully eventually load. There we go. See, my face is back here because I split up the videos. So this is something that someone might care to know. I have this one already set up, so I'm going to copy it and then click on this one, and instead of pasting, which would just paste this here and erase my second video, I will paste attributes, and everything that I've edited in this one and the effects I will apply to this one, and see, poof, I'm there and I have all the effects and everything applied. So that second video is already basically taken care of, and because I didn't make a cut here, the second half, like the second video, is still right there, and I don't even have to edit it. And all I'll do when I get his footage, all that I have to do is move my face cam up one, put, well, maybe two, but I'll put his gameplay footage here, and I will put his face footage above mine or whatever, so it's layered properly, or our two faces show up on top of our two videos. And then do some basic cropping, and that'll basically be it. I'm gonna leave this alone right now because I don't know how his video should be just like this, but I'm just gonna mark the outro instead of anything else. I'm just gonna mark
Or reply to comments.
the outro instead of cutting it.
Not just trolls.
Yeah.
Anyway, happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Peace.
It's been Asmore and Malius and peace.
Alright. And stop recording. Which I shouldn't have done because I just should have left it running. Anyway, so I'm going to try to find the place here that I need to actually cut for the outro. And too far.
Asmore and Malius and peace.
Alright.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Peace.
It's been Asmore and Malius and peace.
I'm gonna go back behind. I'm gonna go between his piece and that weird, probably a fart sound that I made right there. So here's where I'm going to cut my face footage. And I don't need this. So this is where I'm going to mark as the end of the video. Just gonna throw a marker in there so I'll see it next time I come back to this. Okay, for the sake of doing it, I'm gonna go ahead and find the end of the second video so I can show you how I do the outro.
Have an opinion, and we'll have one too. And there's the cut, I guess. And
I always like to wait till after he finishes laughing. He likes to laugh at the end of everything. I don't think he notices he does it. That's okay, it's great. Maybe I'll edit that part out so he doesn't know that I noticed or notice himself, because I don't know. Cheeriness is good. Alright, so I just cut everything to where the end of our footage is. And it's all nice and even and everything. And I'm going to add the outro that he made. And I'm going to dig around and see what I can find in recently rendered footage. What did I do recently? Actual gameplay footage, though. I'll just do Malinox and Sir You're Being Hunted too. I don't think I've made an outro with that yet. So, I'm going to first... I'll show you guys what's going on here and get this out of the way a bit. So first, this doesn't fit. You see how it's too big? Because it was created in 1080p, but our videos were recorded in a different size than that. Just slightly smaller than 1080p. So, because that's the biggest our screens on these laptops can go, is 1600 by 900. So what I'm going to do is... Where'd it go? Scale to frame size. And why didn't that do anything? Am I crazy? There it goes. It just lagged a little bit. See, now that it fits exactly where it's the way it's supposed to. And I have autosave set to every 5 minutes to autosave. Alright, so this is the outro. And sorry about that, we're cooking.
Hello everybody, Malinox here, playing Sir You Are Being Hunted as a guest for the Baka.
So I'm going to go ahead and shrink this down a bit.
Right where we left off from the last episode. Me being a
so I can see what's going on.
Everybody, Malinox here, playing Sir You
I have to catch the right frame for the ending here.
Sir
And right there. Eventually we'll redo this and make it a lot prettier or whatever. I'd like to do it in 3D, like on about the scale of the Ape Escape game, to where we have our chibis in like basic 3D and where we can like spin the room and stuff and do all kinds of stuff. Basically have it start like this and spin the room until you can see what's on the TV, and it'll be like one of our previous episodes or something that we're playing. That would be cool. But right now he's learning 3D programming and stuff like that, so, and he'd need a lot of time to work on that. But that's the plan. So what I'm going to do now is unlink the audio from this. so I can cut the video but not the audio, because if I don't, then what you're going to see will look like
Hello,
this.
everybody. Malinox here. Playing
Just have
So
that
You
there,
Are
and
Being
it doesn't look
Hunted
very
as-
professional at all. So we're going to delete that part and size this. Come on. There we go. Size this correctly for try to fill up the whole white area as much as possible. Try to make it look good. And line it up inside the frame as best as I can. Alright. And I'm going to move it over one more. That looks a little bit better. It's not going to be perfect. This is the outro, and most people aren't looking for nitpicky details at the end. But I wanted to at least get this part right, so you can hear
Hello,
Malinox talking
everybody.
before you can
Malinox
see
here,
the video.
playing So You Are
Doing
Being
this
Hunted
intro
as a
bit
guest for the
to the
Baka
outro.
Bros, picking up right where we left off from last
And I know this is the
episode.
end of this, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that there.
Pansy, but
Delete it.
We do have one of the rocks that
Sometimes
we
I put
need,
special
so
after the
now I just
after
gotta
the
get
outro
back
footage
to
out here
the
somewhere.
rock worship
Usually if there's
stone
just silly
place
stuff or
without
whatever,
any-
it's a little bit extra work, and sometimes we're under a lot of pressure from ourselves to try to get out a video every day. We missed yesterday, the day before Halloween. That was the only day so far since we've started this channel that we've missed a day, I think. I'm pretty sure that's the only day that we've missed posting every day. But we're trying to post every day. And some days we're like, oh shit, I just lost an hour of footage, like I did Thursday night, October 29th. And I recorded like an hour and a half of Minecraft. And then I got it back, and I'll show you what that looks like. So you know I'm not lying. Not that anybody cares. No, not in rendered. Here's the Minecraft I recorded. I've got my face footage. And here's... And then when I go back to the game... This is... I'm only showing this to be like... See, I pulled up the game, and for some stupid reason it's like, oh, the game is just a white blank screen. See my arrows here, so... I've got... Okay, so it was 51 minutes of Minecraft that I had recorded that's just blank. So, this one's pretty much just trash at this point. I'm going to use it as a reference in case I have to re-record it so that I make the same choices. And hopefully it will still be organic, because I'll try to forget what happened, even though most people are like, how could you forget that? You just did it. And I'm like, I just got a short memory span. Remember I talked about I had to write stuff down on my tattoo? So, anyway, so I was looking for something. Was I? No, I was just talking about that. I just need the intro / outro music, which we'll swap up from time to time. We were using several other songs. We've used several songs since we've started. One of them that we did was... This is just where I keep all the random crap that I use in the videos. And I'm not going to play it in case it's really loud. Anyway, so I'm going to grab the intro. No, that's the actual video. I need the audio. Here we go. Smack that guy right there. Make sure it's turned down. Minus 25. I'm going to make a cut here. And then I can turn it up a little bit for the outro to kind of cover up the intro music that's playing in here. I'm going to make this minus 15, and hopefully that's not too loud. And now you get to see the outro, and I get to, while I'm checking it,
Alright, I'll try to get one of these done tonight.
cued
Try
music.
to have it up for Halloween. I should have both
Sorry
of
I
these up for
didn't.
Halloween.
Sorry if I didn't have it out for Halloween.
So,
You can blame his internet because it's too
it's been
slow to
Buck
transfer
Bros.
files to me from Utah.
Yes. It's been Lord
don't
Asmore.
forget to comment and thumbs up or thumbs down. You can have an opinion. We'll appreciate that and respect it, or whatever. You know, have an opinion and we'll have one too.
Like I said, not scripted. So
Hello everybody, Malinox here, playing Sir You
See how the
Are
music
Being
kicked up a
Hunted
little
as
bit right
guest
there?
of the Baka Bros.
And you can still hear Malinox barely, but it doesn't really have the intro music there.
But we do
But.
have one of the rocks that we need, so now it's rock worshipping stone place without me. My ass handed to me by a bunch.
So if I had his footage, I could do the same thing right here. I just have to make sure everything is aligned first before I make a cut here and add an outro. And add his face footage as a top layer to this. And then I would save as two different things because we're doing two different episodes here. And the split is almost right in the middle. So because of that, I would make two different saves. I would have it this one, Left 4 Dead 2 Part 1, and then I would save it again as Left 4 Dead 2 Part 2, and they'd both have the exact same thing. And then for Part 1, I would select all of Part 2. I would actually have a cut here for every layer, and just delete all of Part 2 and save. And then I would open up Part 2, and all this stuff would be back exactly the way it is right here, except for there would be a cut. And then I would delete all of Part 1, and then I would select all this and drag it all the way to the beginning. And then I would quality control it. I would make sure that it's right at the beginning and that the intro or an outro are correct, and that all the audio lines up in the middle as much as possible. I had a hell of a time with Sir You Are Being Hunted. It was crazy, just absolutely horrible alignment of audio levels, or of audio, game audio reaction with her reaction and voice. That was crazy. Anyway, so that's how I would save two different videos that recorded at the same time. And I think that's all I can show for now, because that's basically my whole thing. Oh, I'll go ahead and show you render settings. So I'm going to save first, and then export media. And his video would be here with his face here. And change the name of this file to whatever I want to change it to. And what I'm going to do, this would output it 1600 by 900 with whatever bitrate it has it as. I also need to color correct myself, actually, add a little bit more saturation, or take away a little lighting or something. It looks good on the camera monitor, but when it imports, it's all like blown out white. So instead of having it match the source of the videos that came in, 1600 by 900, we're going to upscale it just so that YouTube will detect that it's a little bit more than 720p and won't only show our videos in 720p, because I think that's just ridiculous. And upsampling it, when you have it like this, when there's two different video files and stuff, it's just a good idea to have it as big as possible so people can see all the details. Even if the details are a little bit blurry, eventually we will have 1080p screens or higher res, or eventually get to 4K. And and then nothing has to be upsampled. Things will render a lot faster and everything. Right now, everything renders in about real time. It'll take about 48 minutes for this to render completely. Sometimes double that, depending. And since this has got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers when it'll be finished, it'll probably take about 2 hours to render the full 2 episodes. So maybe even longer, depends. And during that time, I can't use my computer for anything except for maybe YouTube, because it takes up 99% of the processing abilities. So instead of match bitrate, I'm going to go down, ignore all those things. I wish I could delete them because I'll never use any of those. And I will pick HD 1080p to upscale it to 1080p to 30 frames per second. This isn't 30 frames per second, but it is timey-wimey techno bullshit. So the bitrate is actually pretty decent already from stock, because it's got a ton of information to go off of, so it's going to be pretty heavy anyway. And I used to click this, and I'm not sure if I should continue or not, because it swaps this to custom. It's no longer, I can't tell if it's still 1080p or not. So I'd prefer to just keep it at 1080p, and when I learn more about that, because I'm teaching myself all of this. I didn't take any classes or anything. All of this I taught myself. So I'm not sure what every little thing does just yet. And okay, so it's showing 1920 by 1080p. And if I click use maximum render quality, it stays the same. So there you go. It stays the same. It took what I gave it, and it's going to use maximum render quality. So this will definitely take more than the time it would take to watch it to render. But it'll look really crispy, as crisp as we could make it. Hashtag Team Crispy. If you guys don't know what that is, look in MKBHD and not Duncan, Austin Evans. They're really good tech YouTubers with really high quality. They call themselves Team Crispy because they use really expensive cameras to record 4K for everything, even if it's not necessary. But anyway, those are my export settings. If I hit Q, then I can save it to export for later. If I'm editing, like probably I will tonight, and I'll have like six videos or something that I'll be editing. So I want to continue to edit without having to worry about 99% of my processor taken up. So I would hit Q, and it would dump it into my queue, and then at the end of the night or whatever, I could hit export in the queue thing and leave my computer running, and it would just be exporting all night long. And then in the morning I could come and upload to YouTube, and by the time I get off work, I can fill in all the YouTube information per video, like title and description and all that, and keywords, and then they'll be uploaded. So the time that I'm sleeping and the time that I'm at work, I can be rendering and uploading multiple files. It works out all right. But when I have a faster computer, and when he has a faster computer, we'll be able to put videos out a lot faster. But in the meantime, this is the plan. I think that's all I can show right now. If you want a part 2 to where I show you how to do special effects with pictures and stuff, like when I put in GIFs or something, or I take pictures and move them around screen and stuff like that, let me know if you want a part 2, and I'll show how to do special effects inside of Premiere for like basic animation stuff. It's pretty easy and no After Effects required. He does the After Effects and I do most of this kind of stuff. And I will do a part 2 if you guys want one. But until then, have a great night. This is Malius, signing out.
Hey everybody, this is Malius with the Baka Bros, and we're playing Left 4 Dead 2.
And I'm Lord Asmore. Sorry.
I'm sorry. We're doing a Halloween thing this time. I haven't played Left 4 Dead 2 in over a year, and Asmar has not played Left 4 Dead ever. Sorry we're a little bit into this. We just started this level, but we had some technical